Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you very much for your kind association. Please accept my humble obeisances at your lotus feet. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnav. Namahananta koti Vaishnav vrinda ki jai. Om अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमः ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे। Day before yesterday was Shri Advaita Saptami. Let us sing this bhajan glorifying Lord Shri Advaita Acharya. This bhajan has been composed by Shri Lochan Das Thakur Mahashay. Jaya Jaya Advaita Acharya Dayamay Jarahu Hunkare Gaura Avatar Hai प्रेमदाता सीतानाथ करुणा सागर जार प्रेम रसे आइला ब्रजेर नागर যাহারে করুণা করি কৃপা দিতে চায় প্রেম রসে সে জন চৈতন্য গুণ গায় তাহার পদেতে যে বালো এলো শরণ সে জন পাইল গৌর প্রেম মহাধর এমন দয়ার নিধি কেনে না ভজিলু লোচন বলে নিজ মাথে বজার পাড়িলু। Very, very beautiful. Srila Lochan Das Thakurji is saying, Jaya Jaya Advaita Acharya Dayamay. All glories to the greatly merciful Shri Advaita Acharya. Jahara Huhunkare Gaura Avatar Hai. It was due to Sri Advaita Acharya's loud, heartfelt call that Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu advented in this world. Avatar means to descend into this world. Sri Advaita Acharya is Prema Data. He is the giver of Krishna Prem. Sita Nath, he is the Lord of Srimati Sita Thakurani, his beloved wife. Karuna Sagar, he is an ocean of compassion. It was due to Sri Advaita Acharya's nectarian love, Prema Rase, that the divine transcendental lover of Shri Vrajbhumi came again into this world. Aila Vrajera Nagar. Nagar means the divine lover. It was because of the love of Sri Advaita Acharya that Nandanandan Krishna, Gopijana Vallabh Krishna, came into this world. Jahare Karuna Kori Kripa Dite Chai. To whomever Sri Advaita Acharya wants to mercifully bestow his grace, Prema se jana chaitanya guna gai. That person who is the recipient of the mercy of Sri Advaita Acharya begins to sing the glories of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, completely inundated with Premras. Premras. What is the meaning of ras? Please raise your hand if you can define ras. Or what is ras? Yes, Ananya.
Srila Prabhupada defines it as mellow, Prabhuji.
Then the next question is what is mellow? Yes, Gaur Sundar Charan Prabhu.
Guruji, it is what is experience between two persons in a relationship.
In a
The sweetness
transcendental loving relationship. In a transcendental loving relationship. Not ordinary people
of
relationship.
relationship, not
So a
ordinary.
transcendental relationship of selfless love, that bliss that is experienced in a spiritual relationship, that experience is called ras. I repeat, the divine exchange of experience that exists in a spiritual relationship with Krishna, that is ras. Sometimes you say na कि अरे वो दो डिवोटिस का एक अलग ही रस है, but that is not the proper use of the word ras. Rasa is with Sri Krishna because Krishna is Rasik, Rasika Shekhar. Krishna is Rasaraj. So when a devotee has a purely transcendental spiritual relationship with Krishna, that exchange of love, that experience of relationship of love with Krishna, that experience is called rasa, that taste. Tasting the sweetness of that particular relationship with Sri Krishna is ras. There can be Vatsalya ras, there can be Sakhya ras, Dasya ras, and there is Madhurya ras. Ras is the sweet experience, that anubhav of prem in a completely spiritual relationship with Sri Krishna. That is ras. So in that prem ras, one is inundated and one starts chanting Chaitanya, Chaitanya, Chaitanya Radha Samui, Chaitanya Radhas, Chaitanya Radha Samui, Taradas Radhas. Can I say something that is mentioned in Jaiva Dharma? Please remember this. It's very important Siddhanta. Dasya Ras with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu leads to Madhurya Ras with Sri Krishna. Please note this down. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, Dasya Ras with Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu leads to Madhurya Ras with Sri Krishna. That is just a formula. उसमें क्यों म्यों नहीं चलता. क्यों ऐसा है? It's just a formula. Dasya Ras for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu leads to Madhurya Ras with Sri Krishna. There is no Madhurya Ras with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. If someone is feeling Madhurya Rati for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what is that person called? Look what I highlighted. What is the meaning of Nagar? We just discussed. Nagar means lover. Those who have that type of lover-like relationship, Madhurya Rati, they feel for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, there exists none. Therefore, they are Gauranga Nagari Apasampradaya. They are the Gauranga Nagari Apasampradaya, one of the 13 Apasampradayas. So, we should cultivate Dasya Ras for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That is Gaudiya Vaishnava. We are Chaitanya Radhasamui. Sri Advaita Acharya said this. It's in Chaitanya Charitamrita, famous verse. Chaitanya Radhasamui, Chaitanya Radhas, Chaitanya Radhasamui, Taradase Radhas. I'm the servant of the servant of the servant of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That is the mood we have to cultivate as Gaudiya Vaishnavas. Therefore, we should Bhajo Bhajo Bhai, Sri Chaitanya Nidhai. We should worship Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, Madhurya Rasa Radha Krishna will come. Guaranteed. But we should not have any other ras with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu except Dasya ras. We should not say, I am a friend of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I have Sakhyarati with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. No. Gaudiya Vaishnava means Dasya Rati for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Because Sri Rupa Goswami, Sri Raghunath Das Goswami are servants of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So how can we have any other ras? If we are Rupanuga, then how can we have any other relationship with Mahaprabhu other than that of servitude? Is this clear? Very so to whoever Sri Advaita Acharya gives his mercy, that person in prem ras, in loving mellow, as Ananya said, they will be inundated and they will start chanting the names of Chaitanya, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He who takes shelter of the lotus feet of Sri Advaita Acharya Padete, Jeba Loilo Sharan, one who takes Sharan at the lotus feet of Sri Advaita Acharya, that person attains the supreme wealth, Mahadhan, supreme wealth, Mahadhan of Sri Gaura Prem. Pailo Gaura Prem Mahadhan. How beautiful is that? Anyone who takes shelter of the lotus feet of Lord Sri Advaita Acharya gets Gaura Prem Mahadhan. Who wants Gaura Prem Mahadhan? Tribhu. Sri Lochan Das Thakur, in his sincere, natural humility, says, why have I not worshipped such a treasure house of mercy, Sri Advaita Acharya? Emona Dayar Nidhi. Nidhi means treasure. Prem Nidhi means Krishna, who is a treasure house of love. Nidhi is masculine. Nidhi is not feminine. So Prem Nidhi means Krishna, who is the treasure of love or ocean of love. Sagar, Nidhi has two meanings, treasure or ocean. Both are masculine. दोनों पुल्लिंग है, स्त्रीलिंग नहीं है. Sagar also is male and treasure also is male. So Prem Nidhi refers to Sri Krishna, the supreme ocean of love and treasure of love. And then Prem Nidhi Dasi means Krishna Dasi, Govinda Dasi, the maid servant of Sri Krishna. And no one can serve Krishna without the mercy of Srimati Radharani. Haribol. Srimati Radharani says, please accept this maid servant. She's better than me. Then Krishna accepts. That is the meaning of Prem Nidhi Devi Dasi. Another way of looking at it is Prem Nidhi means Sri Krishna, the treasure of love. And Devi is Tavai Vasmi, Na Jivami Tvaya Bina. Shri Raghunath Das Goswami addresses Srimati Radharani as Devi. For us, Devi is Radharani. So Krishna and Radha's Dasi. Prem Nidhi is Krishna, Devi is Radharani, and Dasi, maid servant. So like that. Hari Bol. Who is called Prem Nidhi in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita? Oh, Prem Nidhi Devi Mataji. Hari Bol. Yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Pundrik Vidyanidhi.
Yes, Sri Pundarik Vidyanidhi. He is called Prem Nidhi also. Very nice. So Sri Lochan Das Thakur is saying, why did I not worship this Dayanidhi called Sri Advaita Acharya? Advaita Acharya is Dayanidhi. Instead, I have struck my own head with a thunderbolt. Matha means head. Bajra means Vajra, thunderbolt. In Bengali, it is Bajra, means Vajra, thunderbolt. Padilu means I have struck. I have made thunderbolt strike on my own Matha, on my own head. Means I have committed an act of self-destruction by not worshipping Sri Advaita Acharya. How many of us want to worship Sri Advaita Acharya now? Hari Bol. So with feelings, let us sing this bhajan by Sri Lochan Das Thakur Mahasaya again. Now that we know the meaning, with feelings, let us sing it. Jaya Jaya Advaita Acharya Dayamay Jarahu Hunkare Gaura Avatar Hai Prema Data Sita Nath Karuna Sagar जार प्रेम रसे आइला ब्रजेर नागर যাহারে করুণা করি কৃপা দিতে চায় প্রেম রসে সে জন চৈতন্য গুণ গায় তাহার পদেতে যে বালইল শরণ সেজন পাইল গৌর প্রেম মহাধন এমন দয়ার নিধি কেনে না ভজিল লোচন বলে নিজ মাথে বজার পড়িল হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 हरे हरे श्री अद्वैत आचार्य की जय श्री सीता ठाकुरानी की जय श्री अच्युतानंद प्रभु की जय श्री गोपाल प्रभु की जय श्री शांतिपुर धाम की जय After taking shelter of Lord Shri Advaita Acharya, let us approach the lotus feet of Lord Shri Nityananda Prabhu, following behind the lotus footsteps of our Acharya Pad, Shri Lochan Das Thakur Mahasaya. Nitai Mora Jivan Dhan. নিতাই মোরা জীবন ধন নিতাই মোরা জাতি নিতাই বিহনে মোরার নাহি গতি নিতাই মোরা জীবন ধন নিতাই মোরা জাতি নিতাই বিহনে মোরা আর নাই গতি সংসার সুখের মুখে তুলে দিব চাই নগরে মাগিয়া খাবো গাইয়া নিতাই সংসার সুখের মুখে তুলে দিব চাই, নগরে মাগিয়া খাবো গাইয়া নিতাই। যে দেশে নিতাই নাই, সে দেশে না যাব, নিতাই বিমুখ জনার মুখ না হেরিব। যে দেশে নিতাই নাই, সে দেশে না যাব, নিতাই বিমুখ জনার মুখ না হেরিব। গঙ্গা যার পদ জল হর শিরে ধরে, হেন নিতাই না ভজিয়া দুঃখ পেয়ে মারে। গঙ্গা যার পদ জল হর শিরে ধরে, হেন নিতাই না ভজিয়া দুঃখ পেয়ে মরে। লোচন বলে মোর নিতাই, যে বানাহি মানে, অনল ভেজাই তার মাঝ মুখ খানে। লোচন বলে মোর নিতাই, যে বানাহি মানে, অনল ভেজাই তার মাঝ মুখ খানে। নিতাই মোর জীবন ধন, নিতাই মোর জাতি, নিতাই বিহনে মোর আর নাহি গতি। Srila Lochan Das Thakur Mahashaya says, Sri Nityananda Prabhu, who by his devotees is lovingly called Nitai. Bhaja Bhaja Bhai, Shri Chaitanya Nitai. Jai Nimai, Jai Nitai. Nitai only the inner circle devotees will call. Hari Bol. So what do we call? Nitai. That's a loving address. How Krishna is called Kanha? Like that. Nitai. Nitai is the wealth of my life. Nitai is my family. But for Nitai, I have no resort. Hare Krishna. I shall throw ash in the face of worldly pleasure, Indira Tripti. While chanting the name of Nitai, I shall sustain my life by Madhukari, begging in the village of Nitai. I shall never visit any place where Nitai is absent. I shall never look upon the face of one who is averse to Shri Nitai. This is called firm faith, Nitai Nishtha. Haribol. O Kolavecha Sridhar, the water that bathes Nitai's feet is the same Ganga that Lord Shiva, Hara means Lord Shiva, bears upon his head. One who does not worship Shri Nitai will suffer and die. Dukha peye mare. Sri Lochandas Thakur declares, I shall scorch the face of one who has no regard for my Nitai. This is some Nitai Nishtha. Hari Bol. Sri Lochandas Thakur ki jai. Shri Nityananda Mahaprabhu ki jai. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai. Hari Bol. All glories to the two transcendental brothers. Shri Shri Gaur Nitai. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jai Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Where were we? This we have not read. This we read. Brahmanda Brahmite Kon Bhagyavan Jiva. But I think we did not read the purport, if I remember correctly. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. ब्रह्मांड भ्रमिते कोन भाग्यवान जीव, गुरु कृष्ण प्रसादे पाय भक्ति लता बीज. According to their karma, ब्रह्मांड भ्रमिते जीव संसार चक्र भ्रमिते स्वकर्म भी. Shri Vitrasur Maharaj says in his four famous prayers in the sixth canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Samsara chakra bhramite swakarma bhi. We are just going around this samsara, repeated birth and death in this material world, 8.4 million species, according to our own karma. According to their karma, all living entities are wandering throughout the entire universe. Some of them are being elevated to upper planetary systems, some are going down into lower planetary systems. Out of many millions of wandering living entities, one who is very fortunate gets an opportunity to associate with a bona fide spiritual master by the grace of Sri Krishna. And by the grace of both Sri Krishna and Sri Guru, the spiritual master, such a person receives the seed of the creeper of devotional service. Purport by our beloved founder Acharya, His Divine Grace, Sri Srimad Abhay Charanarvinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj, Prabhupada Jagat Guru, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada writes in the purport to this very, very important text of Srimad Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. When we speak of Brahmanda, we refer to the whole universe or to the cluster of many millions of universes. In all the universes, there are innumerable planets and there are innumerable living entities upon those planets. In the air, there are living entities. On land and in the water, there are millions and trillions of living entities everywhere, and they are engaged by Maya in suffering and enjoying the results of their fruitive activity, life after life after life. This is the position of the materially conditioned living entity. This is called samsara. Out of many of these living entities, one who is actually fortunate, Bhagyavan, Jeev, comes in contact with a bona fide spiritual master by Lord Krishna's mercy. Shri Krishna is situated in everyone's heart, and if one desires something, Shri Krishna fulfills one's desire. If the living entity by chance or fortune comes in contact with the Krishna consciousness movement and wishes to associate with that movement, Shri Krishna, who is situated in everyone's heart, gives him the chance to meet a bona fide spiritual master. If there is sincerity, then Shri Krishna will give us Guru. Can you give some example from Srimad Bhagavatam? When there is sincerity, Shri Krishna sends Guru to the sincere person. Yes, Gaur Sundar Charan Prabhu and then Prem Nidhi Mataji.
Prabhuji, for Dhruv Maharaj.
Excellent. That is an example I was also thinking. He was sincere and Krishna sent Guru. Yes, Prem Nidhi Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, I was thinking the same, but can we also consider the Parikshit Maharaj?
Very, very good example. Very good example. Parikshit Maharaj was very sincere. He heard the curse, you have 7 days to live, then Takshak will bite you and you will die. Parikshit Maharaj did not do anything other than seek out sadhu sangha. He just went to the bank of Ganga. I want sadhu sangha. Or Srila Jiva Goswami says bank of Yamuna. I want sadhu sangha. And Krishna arranged that Shripad Narad Muni came, Bhagwan Vyasadeva came, there was Angira Muni, there was Parvat Muni, there was Vishwamitra Muni, there was Vashishta Muni, there was Lord Parshuram. Everybody was there. And also then Sri Shukdev Goswami came. Can you imagine Shukdev Goswami is telling the story of Parshuram in front of Parshuramji? He's telling the story of Shripad Narad Muni in front of Shripad Narad Muni. Hari Bol. That is Bhagavatam. Can you imagine sitting in such an august assembly? बाजू में नारद मुनि बैठे, अरे ठीक से बैठो, भगवान व्यासदेव बैठे. That was the good fortune of Parikshit Maharaj. Krishna sent all the sadhus. There was no flyer that ये तारीख को भागवत सप्ताह होने वाला है, श्री शुकाचार्य भागवतम. No flyer, no notification, no Google form, no Facebook, no advertisement, nothing. Who sent them? Who inspired them? Look at this sentence I'm highlighting. Who inspired all these sadhus to assemble there? Shri Krishna. Sarvasya Chaham Riddhi Sannivishtu. This is called Guru Krishna Prasad. Krishna is prepared to bestow his mercy upon all living entities, and as soon as a living entity desires Lord Krishna's mercy, Lord Krishna immediately gives him an opportunity. Samanya Sattva Viraha Yakanksha. Immediately gives him an opportunity to meet a bona fide spiritual master. Shri Vritrasur Maharaj, he calls Krishna the giver of opportunities. Who is Krishna? The giver of opportunities. Every time we are sitting in front of Radha Govindji, it is an opportunity to serve. Who is giving this opportunity? Guru Krishna. Every time, every arti we offer, every abhishek we perform, every flower we offer, every chapati we cook, it is an opportunity being given by Lord Krishna. Shri Krishna is the giver of opportunities. And bhakti means to take as many opportunities as possible. Hari Bol. Krishna is prepared to bestow his mercy upon all living entities. And as soon as a living entity desires Krishna's mercy, Krishna immediately gives him opportunity to meet bona fide spiritual master. Every time we play a lecture, every time we go and sit and hear from a sadhu, it's an opportunity. Who is giving that opportunity? Shri Krishna is giving that opportunity. He's the giver of opportunities. Such a fortunate person is fortified by both Krishna and the spiritual master. He is helped from within by Shri Krishna and is helped from outside by the spiritual master. Both are prepared to help the sincere living being become free from material bondage. I remember we were in Barsana I camp and there was Goswamiji, Shri Ramesh Goswamiji of Nandagaon. He is one of the head pujaris of the Krishna Balram Mandir in Nandagaon. Shri Ramesh Lal Goswamiji. He had come from Nandagaon to Barsana during our Barsana I camp, 2003. And Shri Ramesh Ji Goswamiji, he gave a lecture in Hindi. We were only few doctors there in that class. And then he said कि कोई प्रश्न है आप लोगों को? So I asked Shri Ramesh Goswami, I'll never forget this. 2003, I was 23 years old. And it was 2003 was my first ever in this body visit to Shri Vrindavan Dham. First time I went to Vrindavan was Barsana camp, February 2003. And I was so excited that I'm in Vrindavan Dham. Everything I'd heard, now I'm here. Whatever I read in the Krishna book, I am now seeing it. So I asked Shri Ramesh Goswamiji of Nandagaon that Goswamiji, please give me your mercy. We want your mercy. Please give mercy. तो एकदम से दहाड़ने लगे जोर से. कृपा तो है, यहां बैठे हो, बरसाना में बैठे हो, ब्रजवासियों की सेवा करने का अवसर मिल रहा है, कृपा तो है, अभी कृपा लो, ग्रहण करो. डोंट से कृपा दो, गिव मी मर्सी. मर्सी मिल गई. ही सेड कि आपके पास श्री राधानाथ स्वामी जैसे गुरु है. ही टोल्ड मी इतना अच्छा अवसर मिला है यहाँ पर ब्रजवासियों की सेवा करने को. कैटरैक्ट के कारण, मोतियाबिंद के कारण इनकी दृष्टि चली जाती है. ये लाडली जी का दर्शन नहीं कर पाते. तुम आते हो, सर्जरी करते हो, फिर ये लाडली जी का दर्शन कर पाते हैं. कितना आशीर्वाद मिलेगा आपको, कितनी अच्छी ये, कितना अच्छा अवसर है. तो ये सब कृपा ही तो है. कृपा दो मत बोलो, कृपा है, अभी कृपा को ग्रहण करो. ऐसा ही chastised me. So I never forget that. The chastisement of a Brijvasi is another mercy of Krishna. It is Krishna Krupa. How one can become this fortunate can be seen in the life of Srila Narad Muni. That is another example. Gaur Sundar Charan Prabhu gave the example of Dhruv Maharaj. Prem Nidhi Mataji gave example of Shri Parikshit Maharaj. Shri Dhruv Maharaj, Shri Parikshit Maharaj, classic examples. And Srila Prabhupada is giving another example here. Shripad Narad Muni. In his previous life, he was born as the son of a maid servant. Although he was not born into a prestigious family, his mother was fortunately engaged in rendering service to some Vaishnavas. When these Vaishnavas were resting during the Chaturmasya period, the boy, Narad, took the opportunity to engage in the service of these Bhakti Vedantis, the great devotees. Taking compassion upon the boy and being pleased with the service of the boy, the Vaishnavas offered him the remnants of their food. What were some of the qualities of Narad Muni as a Dasi Putra, as a maid servant? Who remembers? This is the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Shri Narad Muni himself describes some of his own characteristics, his qualities. Yes, Ananya, then Devavati Mataji.
As a child, he was never interested to play with other young mates. He was always interested in service and the Shastra Shravan
Good, that is
from
one
the
quality.
Bhakti Vedantas.
Very nice. Devavati Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी। वो जब साधु घर में 4 महीना चतुर्मास के लिए रहे थे तो हमेशा उनका उच्चिष्ट पाते थे और उनकी सेवा
हाँ,
करते
हमेशा
थे।
उनकी सेवा में रहते थे.
हम्म,
हमेशा साधुओं की सेवा में तत्पर रहते थे. अनदर क्वालिटी, गौर चरण, वेरी नाइस, वेरी नाइस. हमेशा सेवा करते थे.
Prabhu,
सेवा भाव.
did he mention he did not speak
या
much?
वो ज्यादा बात नहीं करते थे. मितवाक्य, कम बोलते थे. He was not talkative, like how small children are talkative. Narad Muni says, I was not a talkative boy. And that quality also pleased the sadhus. Bak nahi kar raha tha. He was not very like children, like talkative. He was not chanchal. He had no interest in playing with other kids his age. He was not talkative and always serving. And then only once he ate the uchishta. When they were going, only once he requested, can I have uchishta? बस एक उच्छिष्ट मिला एक बार and धन्य हो गए. हरि बोल. When we eat the remnants of a great devotee, we make spiritual progress to the degree we have faith. Mahaprasade, Govinde, Hari Nam, which is Shabda Brahma, Nama Brahmani, Vaishnave, Swalpa Punya, Patam Rajan, what न जायते? विश्वास होना चाहते. विश्वास. श्रद्धा शब्दे विश्वास कहले सुदृढ़ निश्चय. कृष्णे भक्ति कहले सर्व कर्म कृत है. विश्वास मीन्स श्रद्धा. विश्वास होना चाहिए. विश्वास, श्रद्धा will not arise in the heart as long as we are alpa punya. We have paucity of sukriti. But one who is a sukrit jan, he will have shraddha in Mahaprasad of Krishna. He will have faith in Govinda, Mahaprasade, Govinde, Nama Brahmani, the Nam, which is Shabda Brahma. Nama Brahmani. It is not Nama Brahmane. Many times you would say Nama Brahmane, in the Nam, in the Brahman. No. It is Nama Brahmani. Nam, which is spiritual. Brahman means spiritual. Nama Brahmani, in the spiritual name, in the Chinmay Nam, Hari Nam, Vishwas. Mahaprasade, Govinde, Nama Brahmani, and Vaishnave. Faith in the Vaishnavas, faith in the holy transcendental name of Shri Krishna, Nama Chintamani. Nama Chintamani Krishna means Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha, Purna Shuddho, Nitya Mukto, Abhinatva Nama Namino, that is Nama Brahmani. Krishna is Param Brahma and his name is also Param Brahma. and Mahaprasad and Govinda. Faith in these four entities does not arise if one does not have Sukriti. That is the meaning of that verse from Sri Mahabharata. So that those were the qualities of Shripad Narad Muni. Therefore, he became a recipient of the mercy of the sadhus. He took opportunity to engage in their service. Taking compassion upon the boy, the Vaishnavas, the Bhaktivedantis, offered him remnants of their food. By serving these Vaishnavas and obeying their orders, the boy became the object of their sympathy. And by the Vaishnavas' unknown mercy, he gradually became a Shuddha Vaishnava, pure devotee. And who was this boy, Dasiputra, in his previous life? Why he had to become Dasiputra? Who knows? What was his name? Yes, Premnidhi Mataji.
मुझे नेम नहीं याद, but he was one of the गंधर्वा जिनको कर्ज मिला था.
Huh. Who remembers the name? Seventh canto, Shripad Narad Muni tells his own story. Upavarhana. Upavarhana. He was that Gandharva. And what was his mistake? Who remembers the mistake? Yes, Sudevi Gopi Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, if I remember it right, he started singing a mundane song in the assembly of August
Yes,
Ashram.
yes. Lord Brahmaji had arranged a sabha where kirtan was going to be done. And in that kirtan sabha, this Gandharva, Upavarhana, he started singing a non-devotional mundane song. And Brahmaji was not pleased with that. He said, "You are behaving like a Shudra. Go become a Shudra." Like that. So that was the mistake of Upavarhana Gandharva. But remember, the curse of a sadhu is actually a hidden blessing, always. Because a sadhu does not curse out of spite or anger or vengeance. They do it out of mercy, to uplift. Therefore, punishment should always be given out of compassion, not out of anger and frustration. When we punish somebody out of anger and frustration, that is tamagun. But when a punishment is given to uplift a person, that is sadhu. Sadhu danda. So Upavarhana became Shudra, Dasiputra. But in that life, there was Guru Krishna Kripa. And he got the mercy of the Bhakti Vedantis. He became gradually became a pure devotee. In the next life, he became Shripad Narad Muni, who had a spiritual body, not a material body. He was a Manasputra of Lord Brahma, the most exalted of Vaishnavas, and the most important Guru and Acharya of Vaishnavas. Therefore, Bhaktakhyam is who? In Panchatattva, it is Sri Narad Muni. Every canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, there is Narad Muni. He is the Guru of Vyasdev. In every canto, he is there. Following in the footsteps of Sri Narad Muni, this Krishna consciousness movement is rendering service to humanity by giving everyone a chance to come in contact with Krishna. If one is fortunate, he becomes intimately related with this movement. Once Srila Prabhupada was in New York. His Holiness Srila Indradumna Swami Maharaj tells this pastime. And Srila Prabhupada was just laughing, sitting alone after a program. And a program in the Matchless gift shop, which was the 26th Avenue, the first ISKCON temple. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Who remembers the time that Srila Prabhupada would conduct programs there? Bhagavad Gita classes, 7 p.m. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 7 p.m. Srila Prabhupada would conduct Bhagavad Gita classes. And all these hippies and New Yorkers, completely Western people, they would come. Prabhupada would do kirtan of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, speak the philosophy, and give them prasad. And prasad would be very simple. Prabhupada could not afford anything. Once, Prabhupada had only one apple. It is mentioned in Sri Prabhupada Lilamrit. And Prabhupada chopped that apple into small pieces. Small pieces. How we put in fruit salad? Like that pieces. Prabhupada himself offered to a picture of Panchatattva. and Radha Krishna. And then Prabhupada took that apple and seeing how many people are there, he cut it into small, chopped it into small pieces, and then personally gave one piece of that apple to everyone. That's all Prabhupada had that day. But can you imagine the potency? How many of you would like to receive that piece of apple offered by Srila Prabhupada and given to you, distributed by Srila Prabhupada? So Prabhupada did this. He came to his room and there is no break for Prabhupada. He just starts typing his purport center and laughing. So devotees go and they ask Prabhupada, some devotees who were there, the first devotees who started assisting Srila Prabhupada, like Hayagriv Prabhu, they went inside. What happened, Prabhupada? Prabhupada said Narad Muni had come. So I was, those days devotees were very naive. They didn't know anything. So who came? Narad Muni had come. Well, why were you laughing, Swamiji? Oh, Narad Muni was laughing and he was saying that, Swamiji, what you are doing, all these mlechas, now they cannot escape. Now they are also chanting Harinam. Inka uddhar ho gaya. And Narad Muni was laughing and I was laughing with Narad Muni. He was very happy with what we are doing. Can you really, how happy Shripad Narad Muni would be that there was no Krishna Bhakti on these continents. There was no Krishna Bhakti outside of India. And suddenly this 70-year-old Swamiji comes and now these hippies are becoming happies. Won't Shripad Narad Muni come? His sampradaya is being promoted so nicely. So when Srila Prabhupada writes this in 1972 in his Chaitanya Charitamrita purports, it is with some realization that Srila Prabhupada is writing this. This Srila Prabhupada wrote with some realization. Not ऐसी तुक्केबाजी नहीं है कि हाँ नारद मुनि is happy. नहीं. Narad Muni came and told Prabhupada, I'm very happy what you're doing, Swamiji. Please continue. More power to you. Following in the footsteps of Sripad Narad Muni, this ISKCON movement, Krishna consciousness movement, is rendering service to humanity by giving everyone a what? Samanya Sattva Virahya Kangshe. Giving an opportunity, giving a chance to come in contact with Shri Krishna. If one is fortunate, he becomes intimately related with this movement. How many of us are intimately related with ISKCON, with Srila Prabhupada? Hari Bol. We should never leave that contact, that connection. His Holiness Srila Bhakti Tirtha Damodar Swami Maharaj writes the title of his book as The Spiritual. What is it, Ananya? Spiritual connection. Spiritual connection. We should never give up this connection with Srila Prabhupada, with ISKCON. If one is fortunate, one becomes intimately related with this movement. Then by the grace of Krishna, one's life becomes successful. Everyone has dormant Krishna Bhakti, love for Krishna. And in the association of good devotees, that love is revealed. Nitya Siddha Krishna Prema, Sadhya Kabunaya, Shravan, Kirtan, Smaran, Archana, Vandanam, Dasyam Adi, Koriye Uday. By practicing Navavidha Bhakti, Shravan Adi means Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Pada Sevanam Archanam Vandanam Dasyam Sakyam Atma Nivedanam Koriye Uday. It's already there, but it will rise. Sun is already there, but in the morning, Uday, Surya Uday, Premoday, Hari Bol. Then it awakens. Where? When we are in the association of devotees. Therefore, Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Shastra ka ilawa matra Sadhu Sangha Sarva Siddhi hai. Then it becomes the dormant Krishna Prem awakens. As stated in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya 22:107, Nitya Siddha Krishna Prema Sadhya Kabunay Shravanadi Shuddha Chitte Karaye Uday. Dormant devotional service to Sri Krishna is within everyone. Simply by associating with devotees, hearing their good instructions, and chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, dormant love for Krishna is awakened. In this way, one acquires the seed of devotional service. Guru Krishna Prasade Paya, Bhakti Lata seed. Bhakti Lata beach. So, Then Mahaprabhu tells us to take up the profession of Mali, gardener, and that Krishna willing, we will see tomorrow. Shri Chaitanya Charitamrit ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Jai Jai Shri Radhe Shyam. Keshav Madhav Prabhu. Yes. Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, thank you so much for giving the explanation about rasa. I had a doubt. Is the term Shantarasa correct? Then that's because it involves relationship, it involves experience. So is the Shantarasa term correct at all?
Yes, it is correct. Because in Shantaras, there is some service, but there is not direct service. There is not active service. There is
Correct.
passive service. Like the trees of Vrindavan. If Krishna comes, Krishna can take the fruits. So there is passive service, there is not active service. So because there is seva, remember, rasa is the spiritual bliss and flavor and taste experienced by a devotee in a sweet, loving relationship with Sri Krishna.
Correct.
That is the definition of rasa. So Shanta rasa is correct because there is love and there is relationship with Krishna, like Krishna's dust at Krishna's lotus feet. So there is a relationship, there is some seva also, becoming the soft dust at Krishna's lotus feet, but there is no active service. So therefore, the rasa is correct, but Shanta rasa is not accepted by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for us. Mahaprabhu says we start from Dasya, Sakhya, Vatsalya, and Madhur Prem. Primarily Madhur Prem. That is the Unnat Ujjvala Rasa.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. So we'll stop here. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Jai Jai Shri Radhe Shyam. Please say Hari Bol so I feel protected by all.
Hare
Bol,
Krishna
Prabhuji,
Prabhuji.
Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna.
Prabhuji.
Thank you,
Dhanyavad
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji. Thank you so much,
Thank
Prabhuji.
you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.